is a show that focuses on the person behind the Brony. I'm your host, OsakaJack. Please sit back and relax as we talk to this week's guest Brony. Hello everyone, this is OsakaJack with Into the Spotlight on Everfree Network. And today I have someone who is an industry person, kind of. Yeah, actually, not kind of. You are.
Yes.
Miss Stacy Renfroe, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am tired because it's still AM, technically.
Oh. It's very dark here. So, dinner time.
Nice. Well, I hinted at it, but yes, you are somewhat in the industry. Perhaps not specific pony industry, no, but...
No, not pony industry.
The animation industry.
Yes.
Can you describe a little bit of what do you do?
Well, I work in production at Cartoon Network.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And actually, this job is very new for me, but I have worked in production before at Disney.
Okay, all right. So we're working our way around the ladder. So we got Disney and Cartoon Network, and I'm guessing Hub is next on the list.
Oh, well, that would be fun.
I think you'd have to move to Canada, but okay.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not so sure about that, although I would love the weather.
What? So I don't know how much of it you can speak of, and I know there is some things we can't discuss. But what do you do in production? I mean,
well,
what does your job entail?
Basically, I work as a production assistant,
Okay.
and it's sort of a job that is different depending on where you're at.
Okay.
So I know that what I'm doing now is different than what a production assistant would do over at Disney.
Okay.
But basically, I take care of getting boards ready for pitching to executives. I go to records, so I get to meet the talent, and I don't know, type up scripts, get all that stuff ready for them. Pretty much, I make sure that the creator, the producer, and the talent get whatever it is they need to get. So I'm a support person.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So technically, without you, people could do their job, but it would take so long that everybody would hate each other.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's also one of those things too where, the artists, they have their own way of doing stuff.
True.
And, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be the most productive following deadlines or doing anything like that. So I'm sort of in charge of making sure that they get everything they need and can make their deadline.
Okay. So you're kind of the cartilage of the system.
I guess so.
You're responsible for not having them grind against each other so much that they would kill each other.
Yes, that
and getting joints to work smoothly. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I like metaphors that I can understand. Yay.
Yes, we love it when everything moves smoothly.
Of course.
Although that doesn't seem to happen very often.
Smoother than it would without you. Let's say that, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That works. But as we mentioned, we can't speak of what you're working on now. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But people can look forward to it next year sometime. Probably.
Probably around Halloween.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes. From Cartoon Network. But that's
Network.
About as much as we can say. So
yes.
We're just moving on from there. But what are some of the other shows that you have worked on? I know you mentioned at Disney you worked on Kick Buttowski.
Yes, Kick Buttowski, and
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. I put the accent in the wrong place.
That's all right. Yes, I worked on Kick, and I worked as a production secretary. That's also how I met Mitch Larson.
M.A. Larson, for those who don't know his non-initialed form.
Yes, my buddy Mitch. He's super awesome. Mm-hmm. So he's lots of fun to work with.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
We have started calling him the wingman, and it's not because he assists us, it's just because he puts wings on princesses.
Okay. All right. Well, I see now I can't remember if he was the first one to tell me I was an honorary Pegasister or if that was you.
I'm going to guess it's...
Could have been either one of you.
I'm gonna guess him just because I'm not big into the honorary titles. I think I would have just said, "You are one." Sure.
Oh, okay.
I,
Well, see,
you know,
I was going to say at the time I hadn't seen any episodes of My Little Pony,
okay.
but yeah, I guess Mitch and meeting you on Twitter, and
Hmm.
I have an 8-year-old daughter. I have 8-year-old twins, but my daughter is very into the show. So
Hmm. I have seen the. Oh, I can't remember her name, but I remember that I did see your daughter's pony that she created,
yes,
like
she loves
Thunderclap
ponies.
or something like that.
I think that's what it was called. Yes, I
Okay.
can visualize. I can see it in my head.
Yeah, and I
Had
remember it was like a voice loud enough to be heard over 20 miles.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. But she's coming up with new stuff all the time, and we would the three of us, my twins and myself, we like to walk down to like the main street here in Burbank, and to go to my son's classes,
Hmm.
and we would have discussions on what our OCs would be. So I told my son, I'm like, you would have a really cool one. It would have Lego bricks. You would be your cutie
Oh,
mark. And yeah, so he was trying to come up with different names, and I don't know. My daughter was the hardest one to come up with, though. My
interesting.
son, it's easy for him. He has, he likes what he likes. My daughter,
Right.
she changes a lot. She's sort of like me in that way.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Lego blocks, in addition to being cool, it would also
Mhm.
be one of the most dangerous ponies out there. Just anybody that's ever stepped on a Lego block understands what I mean.
Yes, I've done that many times.
Oh, yeah. Lego block would just be it would be the scariest thing for a race that has no shoes generally.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh yes. Oh yes. And oh God, that's so painful in the
oh, it
middle of the
is.
night,
Yeah.
just walking out, getting your glass of water, toys on the
Crunch.
floor. Oh.
I have learned, I have a cat who is very intelligent, and occasionally, if I am sleeping but she wants me to wake up, she will jump on my desk and knock things over until I wake up.
Oh.
It's very cute, but it's very annoying. But I have also learned that some of the blind bag ponies have sharp, pointy parts because I didn't know she had done that, and I woke up to go use the
Oh.
restroom and yeah, right on the foot.
But you should think of the positive side of this. Maybe you can start to identify those blind bags with your feet.
This would be a skill. Foot
Everybody needs
vision
four
sense.
senses. I always say, like with my knitting and crocheting, I wish I could figure out how to do it with my feet, and that way I could do two projects at the same time.
Oh wow, that. Mm, yeah, that would be an interesting one.
Yeah, I because there's not enough hours in the day to get done everything that I would like to get done.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, one of the biggest myths I won't say in history, but I would say in modern times, one of the biggest myths is when they were attempting to sell microwaves or computers, they would tell you how much time it would save. Nope, that's a lie. Time is never saved.
Nope, I
It
don't believe that.
No, it does because your microwave cooks things faster. Yes, it does. But the time that you spend cooking things faster, you just have other stuff to do now.
Hmm. That's very true. Oh, and trust me, I know. Like I said, I have 8-year-old twins,
Hmm.
so there's never time for anything.
Absolutely, yeah, I know. Actually, arranging this interview was rather difficult.
I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Don't apologize for it. You're definitely busy, and there's no better thing to spend time on than your kids. Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Just, yeah, I know. You. I actually just finished my other interview 9 hours ago. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Wait, there
busy
was
weekend.
something
Busy
that
weekend.
happened, right, in between all of that?
Sleep a little bit.
Okay.
A little sleep, but well, you mentioned it briefly, but yes, one of the things that you are active in is your knitting.
Yes, actually, I do all sorts of things. I'm
Oh
a I'm
yes,
a
yes,
knitter, crocheter. I'm a spinner. I've done some designing.
yes. Hmm. You have
Um,
one of my best background noises. You made that for me. I appreciate it.
oh, good. It took
I
me a minute. Yes, my spinning wheel. My
Yep.
spinning wheel is very soothing.
Yeah, she was able to. She sent me an MP3 of just her spinning wheel.
Hmm.
Oh, it's very relaxing sound.
I love spinning. I don't get a chance to do it as much as I'd like. Um, I live in a condo, so we have little space, but whenever I can sit down at my wheel, I own two wheels.
Oh, wow.
So one of these days I'll have to record the other wheel so you can see what that one sounds like.
Just do them in tandem.
That's a lot of
It'll be a
moving.
spinner's version of Rent. Or
Oh
Stomp,
my,
Stomp. Spinner's version of Stomp.
that would involve a lot of moving. I would need a swivel chair. I could do one and then just twist and do the other one.
Get a swivel chair that has a musical tone in its squeak.
Oh my gosh. I feel like the human beatbox.
Exactly. This would be
But
awesome.
oh, the guy from Police Academy. That guy.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
my mouth. I'll be making it with my spinning wheels and my feet.
You actually have a blog that you do, which I love the title. I love the title.
Yes, knit hits the fan.
Knit hits the fan. Brum.
And basically, it's not all knitting. I mean, it's mostly just general craft stuff, but I try to get on there and discuss whatever it is I'm working on,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, at the time.
Yep.
But yeah, it went from knitting and then, I don't know, I guess my skill set sort of grew. Like I said, I crochet, I spin, I design, I sew a lot. um, I started weaving. I've started Tunisian crochet.
Interesting.
Um, I know how to felt.
Ooh, this is a new one. I didn't know this one.
Yes, needle felting.
Oh, wow.
A lot of fun. We get some great kits from Japan. I get to see every once in a while going into the yarn store where you can make these cute little animals just with little pieces of wool and a needle. It's dangerous though. You could bleed.
Very much so, yeah. I would.
But I probably wouldn't stab myself any more than if I were hand sewing, and I stab myself a lot. So
I find the timing is actually very odd for me. Yesterday, I got a delivery of the My Little Pony Ponytails, which is the mini comics. And
oh,
in them, the Fluttershy comic,
hmm.
um, in a panicked hush, she slams her door shut and then makes sure nobody can see her or hear her, and her bookcase opens up to a secret room, which she has named the Chamber of Extreme Knitting.
I might have to get my hands on it.
It's wonderful. There's just huge. It's nothing but knitted, a room full of it, and it's
Oh,
beautiful.
it
She's
sounds
also
like
considering
heaven.
calling it the Palace of Friendly Pony Grotesqueries, but that sounds a bit
Oh
much.
my goodness. I'm gonna have to see this. I love seeing knitting and spinning and stuff portrayed in cartoons
Hmm.
and comics. Although it does make me crazy when people don't do it right.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
I
like,
have no idea on the accuracy of this. I just know that it looks good for my eye,
well,
but
I have a friend who she works at Disney and she was actually the consultant for knitting over on Tangled.
okay.
And she works at Disney Toon Studios right now, working on one of the Tinkerbell movies. But whenever they have like shots where they're going to be doing some knitting, they'll use her as reference,
Nice.
so they know that they get it right. Because one of my pet peeves is that I'll see somebody knitting on a cartoon and it's so completely wrong,
Right.
and I'm just like, no, they don't hold their needles like this, and it's sort of like finding film flubs. It's like that for me.
Oh, sure. And admitted, this is, a very specific thing that most people won't notice, but at the same time, it does bother you. It's oh,
Yeah.
what was it? Gary Larson. Gary Larson used to draw the comic The Far Side,
Hmm.
and he had one of his books, the collection. He pasted some comics and then would put what fan letters have written in, and there was one where it had a gorilla in a tree and was looking down, and it was lots of bananas everywhere. And somebody wrote in to say, "Oh, you drew those. The bananas are growing in the wrong direction." And he said, part of me wants to say, "So sue me. It's a small detail," but at the same time, he's like, "Yeah, it does bother me because it should be accurate."
Right. Well, and you would hope that people would, I don't know, try to find reference, but if I had a nickel for every time I saw somebody with like the ends of their needles sticking up in a V shape, and it's like you would it would hurt. It's physically impossible for you to knit in that manner.
Yes. Yeah.
So I take it upon myself to try to educate these people.
Good idea.
Yes,
Hopefully it will take hold. I do
I
know
hope so.
I do know there was somebody on my Twitter feed earlier who was begging if anybody at Marvel or the movie studio would contact him because he was blind and he would said, I know that I can't see it, but I want proper cane use in movies. And so he was offering
Oh,
to be a cane consultant on how to use a cane for a blind person properly. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea because it always does look bad.
yeah. It looks sort of, I don't know,
Fake.
exaggerated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
and he
good.
said, I want Daredevil to look good, so please contact me. Like,
Oh,
it's something I
totally.
had never thought about, but absolutely, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, granted, right now I work for Cartoon Network, so I guess I should say if anybody at Cartoon Network would like to use me as reference for knitting, I'd be more than happy to do
Yeah,
that for you.
really.
No charge. Just make it right. I
Yeah.
already work there anyway. So, but yeah, and I'm trying to get the reputation over there for being the knitter to
Hmm.
go to. So I've already started a knit group there. I've only been working there 2 months.
Nice.
So yeah, and I did the same over at Disney too. So.
Something that you did, one of the first ways we interacted was you made a gift for me. Or you didn't make a
Hmm.
gift, I, commissioned you for a gift
Yes,
for a friend. And it was crocheted, right?
yes,
Yeah,
crochet.
crocheted Iron Man gauntlets.
Yes, they're so cool. I still haven't made a set for myself yet. I
I
want to though.
I really should commission ones that are large enough for me. They work absolutely perfectly for the person that they were intended for, but
Mm-hmm.
my meaty paws are a lot larger than that, and
And
could
say it wouldn't be that hard.
I'm thinking winter is coming up.
Well,
The
you
only
might
pro
have to.
the only
I was gonna
problem
say
is
you
that
might.
nobody over here would recognize it as being Iron Man.
Really?
Yeah,
Are there not that many geeky people there? Like,
there are, but they don't see American action movies as geek things.
hmm.
I mean, if I wore them, I would probably be confused for some of the Rangers that are out, the Japanese Rangers. And
Oh,
nothing upsets a geek more than getting their fandom wrong. Oh,
yes, I know. Well, I'm a friend to all fandoms.
oh, I agree too. Just one of the funniest things I ever said or I ever read was a comedian said that he liked to go to like Star Wars movies and open his window and say Warp Factor 9 and then drive away and just watch them rage.
Oh, that makes me sad. Why can't we all just get along?
The fact that he knows it's a joke is the funny part, I think.
Yes, yes. I don't see. I don't know. The Star Wars Star Trek divide
Hmm.
is so intense.
It is.
It really is. Now, granted, I will admit I'm more in the Star Wars camp
Okay.
than Star Trek.
Sure.
But that's sort of just what I grew up with. My parents weren't big Trekkies or anything. But
Right.
when Star Wars came out, it was like, yeah, let's go see this. And I don't know, maybe they thought it was more for kids or something. I'm not sure. So I know far more about Star Wars than I do about Star Trek.
For me, I'm going to say for movies, I'm absolute Star Wars, but for television, I'm absolute Star Trek. I haven't watched any of the television things for Star Wars, like Clone Wars. I've heard that was a good animated series. I didn't watch any
Oh,
of it, and I'm sorry for your groan, I know.
no, it's okay. It's
But
just
at the
I.
same time, any of the new Star Trek movies, nope, haven't seen them.
Well, I'll tell you this. Usually, I wouldn't probably have spent so much time trying to watch Clone Wars.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, I have 2 kids and I have friends that work on the show.
Okay. Okay.
So because we're family friends with Dave Filoni, the director
Right.
on Clone Wars, and I have done work for Ashley Eckstein of her universe, and she does the voice of Ahsoka Tano.
Now, you mentioned this earlier to me, but I have to admit
Yeah.
I have no idea what her universe is. Is this a show or
No, it is the clothing line for women.
okay.
and it's basically for geek girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they like to feature. This year they're doing Year of the Fangirl, and I got to be. My daughter and I actually were featured together as fangirls in May.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, she does a lot of what they like to call everyday cosplay.
Okay.
And so, in my time between shows and animation, I did some work for her designing headbands for Hot Topic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I designed, if any of the folks that listen to your show have been to Hot Topic and have seen the TARDIS lamp or the Dalek lamp headbands, I designed those.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess that there's a few Whovians out there in the audience right now.
Oh, I
I'm
love
gonna guess that.
Whovians. I'm a Whovian myself, so I'm very excited about the 50th anniversary coming up, and I'll be dressed in my TARDIS dress and my lamp. And
That's the same day as the new season of Pony.
oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Maybe I can have my friends come over. I'm having a party, a viewing party.
Ooh, nice.
We can watch cartoons. They're all very into cartoons, so
Good.
we can watch Pony too.
Yay!
It could be a Pony Doctor Who party.
There is Doctor Hooves, the
Hmm I
crossover
own
character.
it. I have the little figure.
Yep. Still hasn't gotten any lines officially in the show yet, but
Hmm.
we'll see.
Well, see, we need to
His
like work
name
on
his
Patriot.
name has improved. His name has improved. For a while, he was only known as Time Turner,
Oh,
but now he has been accepted canon as Doctor Hooves. So that
well, good.
shows that they're paying attention. And yep.
Well, now I know you have a lot of connections in this community.
Maybe.
You should be able to like say, "Hey, we would like some lines for that," and hopefully they'll listen to you and the rest of the fans.
I think you overestimate me. Connections in the community, possibly. Connections to the show, very, very few, and not with power like that.
I wish I knew more people. I don't even know if I know anybody who's working over there right now.
Mitch is not working on season 4, but he said he would like to come back if season 5 and 6 exist. But that's
That would be
just he
great.
would like to. So
Well, but he's got to know somebody over there.
probably. I mean, he just as of recording this, he just finished his convention in Dallas and interacted with a lot of the people there. So I
Yeah,
know he
I saw
knows them.
a
Yeah.
tweet. Yeah, I was following some of his Twitter feed.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I know that they were on the Hot Topic website for a while, and then I don't know whether they sold out.
Hmm.
I know they're being sold in store.
Okay.
So yeah, and they go like I said, her universe. They do a whole casual cosplay line. So like a lot of folks out there, the Whovians, if you've seen like the Dalek dresses and the
Hmm.
TARDIS dresses, like
Yeah.
there's an A-line dress right now. Those were all her universe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she's also doing a lot of Walking Dead, and
Okay.
she's on Battlestar Galactica.
Wow.
So yeah, branching out into lots of different fandoms.
Yeah, sounds like. Huh. We need to just try to make one episode of every fandom combined. See if we can do it. Just merge
Oh,
every universe into one and see if it's possible. And
that would be so hard. But
I know. It would be such. We wouldn't be able to do everything into one at once, but we might be able to combine a few and then a few others and try to get like main lines and have those possible.
that would be pretty cool.
I think it'd be really cool.
Like, but I'm finding now, like, I just recently joined Tumblr. I'd
Mm,
say I've probably been on Tumblr less than 6 months.
okay.
And Tumblr was the reason why I started watching Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
And those fans are like rabid. Like they are all about Supernatural all the time.
Yes.
And I saw all these people just gushing about it. I'm like, I think I'm gonna give it a try.
Hmm.
So while I was in between jobs, I spent a month and I watched the first 7 seasons.
Wow.
I just mass consumption of television, and
Hmm.
it's really good. But I'm like, oh, what could you combine that with? That would be really fabulous. But people are like, some people don't like Supernatural. They're more into Doctor Who, and
Hmm.
I don't know. I sort of love them all. Want to
Yeah.
give everybody a great big collective hug.
Yeah. That would be better. That's why I like it when they do mashups or combinations. I enjoy
Yeah,
those.
yeah. It's a lot of fun. I imagine it's probably well, I don't know. Maybe it would be easier to do it in cartoons.
I would say it might be more difficult because how do we rectify a world of talking ponies to a world that they don't talk? I think there would be a
Hmm.
big challenge involved there. I know there's a
Well,
lot of shows with
you have
talking,
to suspend your disbelief. Just
or you know what? Let's just do Roger Rabbit 2.
there you go. That would be fabulous.
It would.
It could be done. It could be done.
Roger Rabbit 1 existed. Of course, it's possible to do it. We know it is.
Yes. I'm feeling very positive about it.
Yeah.
I want all the fandoms to come together and love each other.
I I had an idea quite a while ago, and this is a long time ago. This is when Animaniacs first came out.
Hmm.
I would have loved to see like a cartoon challenge wherein I noticed that in a lot of the early tunes, they would like take a piece of classical music and they would animate. You can see like Bugs Bunny playing the piano, and the same piece of music you can watch Tom and Jerry playing over it.
Hmm.
And they're both beautifully done and very wonderful. I wanted to see if they take just a 3-minute section of classical music and just have every studio animate it in their own way and put
Ooh,
them all together and just see who did the best job of animating this 3-minute audio without adding anything to it. And like have a competition, prize cash prize awarded to the studio that does the best job. Or
oh, but now I'm thinking, how do you get all the studios to get along?
well, see, that would just be it. They wouldn't have to get along with each other. They would just have to take this music, animate it however they want to using whatever characters they have, and make something that they feel is beautiful, and then just see, you'd have to have an impartial observers watching all of them and rating them.
Right.
I
Hmm.
know it would never happen, but man, it was a dream of mine.
Well, because I don't know, it's so hard with the studio system out here, the way
Yeah,
things are in the industry. I
yeah,
don't know.
I
If you made it super cutthroat, and I mean, you could hope that you get an impartial audience to take a look at it and vote on it, but even that still, that would
we
be
could do
very
like
difficult.
the Olympics. Just choose one person from each studio that participated to watch all of them and give them a rating system. That might work.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Animation Olympics. Oh my
I
goodness.
would totally get behind that, and I think a lot of people would, but I know the likelihood of it happening. So,
Yeah. Well, it's good to dream.
yes, yeah,
And I don't know. I like to always try to see the positive in it. So you
hmm
never know. Maybe someday.
yeah, it's
Just gotta try to come up with some good ideas on how to make that happen.
yeah, yeah. I still think Roger Rabbit's the best we could do, though. Bring back another Roger Rabbit that combines
Yeah.
all the studios, and see if we can get all the studios this time instead of having one or two holdouts.
Oh, I know it's so hard though,
Yeah,
because you know, there's a lot of people involved in legal stuff
yeah,
and
yeah.
all the yucky things that aren't very interesting to probably somebody like me who just wants to watch and enjoy these things.
I know. One of the saddest things, and now that I mention it, I'm sure I'm going to depress some people, but wouldn't it have been nice to see Tom and Jerry in Roger Rabbit? But they're
Oh.
not in it because that studio didn't agree to it. We have
Hmm.
Disney, we have Warner Brothers, we got Betty Boop, we got Woody Woodpecker, but no Tom or Jerry.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry to depress everyone.
Oh, that does make me kind of sad.
I know, I'm sorry.
Way to bring down the room.
Wah, 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 wah. Well,
Oh
let's
my
let's get
goodness.
back to positive then. So,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
we have mentioned that your daughter is a fan of the show. How
yes.
much of the show have you been exposed to through her?
Um, well, I've seen quite a few episodes, although I haven't seen anything in order.
Okay, well, yeah, usually not important.
So, yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like I'll get a chance to watch an episode here, and then I might not see another one for like a few weeks, and then like it's very sketchy.
Sure.
I kind of wish that she and I could do the whole mass consumption. I love mass consumption of television. If I can
Right.
sit down and watch a marathon, like a 3 hour marathon of anything,
Sure.
seems so lovely to me.
Hmm. Well, let's see. If you take if season 1, season 2, each had there. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3. There are 3 two-part episodes within there.
Okay.
And season 3 had a two-part episode. But except for that, there are a total, right, as of recording this, season 4 has not been released.
Mhm.
Let's see, there's 52. There are 65 episodes with 1, 2, 3, 4 two-part episodes, so 61 episodes.
Oh, that's no problem.
Yeah. Well, something I did
Well,
for a little bit that was actually fun. Season 1
uh-huh.
and season 2 are 52 episodes. So I
Okay.
just took a deck of cards. 52 cards, 52 episodes. I would shuffle. I would take one card. Boom. All right, what is this? This is the Queen of Hearts, and that is this episode. Play.
Oh,
So
that's a neat idea.
I would deal myself a hand of like 5 cards, put on those 5 episodes, and that'd be what I'd watch that day.
Oh my gosh. See, that's cool, but well, yeah, I guess they would be far easier than any kind of live action television. But
For the
even
most part,
65 episodes doesn't seem like a whole lot. Like I'm very ambitious. I can marathon that. I
yes,
mean, even though I have a job and kids, I could find a way to do it.
it's definitely possible.
Mhm.
I know there are people who have been doing for the past few weeks, starting 61 days before the season 4 premiere. They said, okay, 65 days before, they said, okay, 1 episode every day. Let's go. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, that's great.
I think it's a
See,
good
I
idea.
love hearing about that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I really do wish that I could spend more time watching that stuff with her too, because
mhm,
she loves that.
yeah.
They're very into that. They're very into Adventure Time right now.
Okay.
And Pokemon seems to be real big in our house right now because of
New
the video
game,
game.
new game just came out, so it has
Yes,
gotten a boost.
I know. I'll admit I'm playing it.
I'm holding out just because I don't have the specific system, but I know I am going to be playing it because one of my job skills is that I am really good at Pokemon, and the kids love that.
That's awesome.
Because they can learn English and then play Pokemon with their English teacher, which is something no other English teacher in the area does, and they
Oh,
love
that's
it.
great.
Yeah.
See, it's difficult to find ways to motivate children, so I appreciate the fact that you can do that.
Yeah, I admit, we use it for sales a little bit. We'll have Pokemon Day, and while I'm playing Pokemon with the kids, the boss will talk to the parents about, if you want to have an English lesson with us, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, see, I wonder if I could use this as a way to get my kids to do more chores around the house.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have to find a way to incorporate that.
Might work, might work. I know
May-
that, we do, with the previous generation, I'm not sure if it is still consistent, but I know that if you trade Pokemon, the traded Pokemon grows faster. And if you trade with someone from another country, it grows even faster. So the fact that I had an American game meant that if they traded with me, the one that I sent them would grow like 30% faster than any of their others.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was another
Lucky.
reason for them to, play the game with me.
See, that's cool. Like I was never into Pokemon when I was younger. Like
Gotcha. Mm.
I was into like old school games. I'm super into Tetris.
Okay.
But this latest Pokemon game, I have to admit I'm hooked. And I'm a fan of Nintendo games. So
Yeah.
like I was playing Animal Crossing, which I
Okay.
love.
Yeah.
But when you're a busy mom and you have to go to work, the townspeople get so angry with me, and I take it personally.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't talked to me in a whole week. What have you been doing? I'm like, well, I'm mayor of this town. It's not like I don't have a job.
Yeah, really. I I don't think it's going to do it on this system, but I can imagine like 2 or 3 systems down when they have Animal Crossings, they'll start sending you messages on other games.
Oh, I'm sure they'll find a way to make it happen.
Or
And
all of
and
a sudden
I'll
you'll
feel
have a
so
Pokemon
bad.
battle and it'll be with one of your villagers and like, why don't you come back to the town anymore? Oh God.
Yeah, because it's amazing how much guilt you can feel over not pulling weeds or fishing or like I don't know, building town projects. It's like I just built the cafe in my Animal Crossing town and I left and they feel abandoned by me. So it's like, oh, I don't know why I put myself through it so much. It's this happens to me every time I get a new Animal Crossing game, and then I just feel this immense guilt
I'm
about
looking back over now.
computer
I never
stuff.
threw away my GameCube. It's still over there, and I still got a memory card. And there might actually be an Animal Crossing game on there, but I haven't even glanced at it in years.
Oh,
I'm
my
wondering
niece,
how they will be.
it's bad. It's bad. And I'll tell you, I was just having this conversation with my niece today before we went to the movies this morning, and she was telling me that she picked up her Animal Crossing for GameCube for the first time in forever.
Hmm.
And she said her town was a complete disaster.
Oh no.
And the people were angry with her, and she's like, I just had to put it down. I couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, okay, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go on Animal Crossing now on my DS. It's been only a week and a half,
You know what?
but I missed Halloween.
I'm going to use continuity, and I'm going to say that abandoned Animal Crossing games will be the eventual uprise of the Daleks.
Oh no! Like they're recruiting my townspeople.
Just it stays within your game, but eventually your system starts getting online and finds other angry games, and they find other and yeah, they haven't been talking to me in 4 years, and they're angry, hate humanity, and we should do something. Well, can we exterminate them? Well, possibly.
Oh my gosh! See, it just so bothers like my empathy center, like
Right.
those sensibilities within me because I'm such a sensitive person like that.
Hmm.
I can't even express to you how much guilt and I'm feeling over a video game. It's really I imagine most people out there who have the capacity to just be like, it's a video game. Will just look at me and be like, oh no, no, honey, you need to stop this. It's a video game. But I don't know. I've actually dreaded going on to Animal Crossing. I've only been playing Pokemon because I'm just worried that one of my townspeople is going to yell at me.
They need to. Okay, I know Nintendo usually doesn't do DLC, but they need to do a DLC. You pay a little bit extra and send somebody into Animal Crossing for you to get yelled at and calm everybody down. Hey,
Oh,
she's gonna be back soon. Relax.
but I can't promise that.
Well, then, I mean, that's how they make the money, because this person placates everybody for a month, and then after a month, you need to get another one to placate everybody again, and they'll make a
Okay,
fortune.
a month might be a good period of time for me
Yeah,
to just have a break. Sometimes you need a break.
absolutely.
And then I can go back to it and it'll just give me time to build up that whatever it is I need to build up within myself to not feel so bad
Hmm.
that I've ignored my town. So
Uh,
it was like I was in the height of my mayoral career and I just let it all go. But there's Pokemon now. So
yeah, yeah.
I only have so much time in the day and Christmas is coming and I've got stuff to knit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm.
There's a lot of that happening.
You know what? I can see that coming. Take the motion sensitive controls and make a knitting game.
At one point in time, Nintendo was supposed to put out a knitting game,
Yeah.
and there was actually footage of it. I wanted it on YouTube or something,
Hmm.
um, but they thought it wouldn't be very big here, which is kind of surprising. Well, I guess it's kind of
I.
surprising to me in a way because being in the knitting community,
Mhm.
there's a lot of knitters out there. It's not just your grandma's knitting
Oh yeah.
anymore. It's
Oh yeah.
like I'm a fairly young person.
I've seen
It's
your
much younger than me,
I've seen your things where you go to the like knit ups and
Yes. Oh, we have a huge knitting convention out here on the West Coast in February every year, which is around my birthday.
Mhm.
So for my birthday, I treat myself to the knitting convention, and it's like Comic Con for knitters. And people go crazy over yarn, and people sell fleeces, which I'm not allowed to buy because I had a mishap in my kid's bathtub
Uh-oh.
with a dirty fleece,
Uh-oh.
and I am no longer allowed to bring dirty fleece home. There was a lot of sheep poop.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
not afraid to get my hands dirty, but it was pretty bad, and I
oh jeez.
clogged up the tub.
Oh no.
So I'm not allowed to do that anymore. But um, but that doesn't mean I can't buy it already processed.
Okay.
So I have plenty of stuff to spin, but I go up there and it's pretty much my free for all for the
Hmm.
year. I
Right.
buy tons of yarn for projects, and you know any kind of wool I want to spin, and it's really great. Although I will admit it's probably skews higher as far as age range than maybe the folks at Comic Con. But
Well, yeah, but
but there's
not
a fair
not
amount of younger
exclusively.
folks there too with
Yeah.
rainbow colored hair.
There we go.
And those are my people.
If they have rainbow colored hair, there's a good chance there are people too, because
Yes. I know, because I know how difficult it is to have multicolored hair. My blue has now washed out of my hair, and now it's just red and a silvery grayish color.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm starting to
But
develop multicolored hair, but I think that's just some of it's turning gray. So
oh. Well, see,
no,
you
I'm
need to
I'm
go get
happy about this. I am honest to God, I'm happy about it because looking at my dad, I was like, wow, I'm gonna lose it all before it turns gray.
Oh, really? Now, isn't it you're supposed to look at your mom's father?
Yeah, but he died when I was very young, so
Oh.
we have no idea.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just worried that there's going to come a time where I process my hair so much it's going to fall out.
Oh, ouch.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. So far, it's doing pretty good. It's hanging in there. I had a black for a year because last year for Halloween I went as Loki.
Yes, I remember.
Yes. This year I got a wig. So
Probably a good idea.
yes, I'm trying to be a little bit better about it. So this year I went as a Monster High doll.
Hmm.
So which is also a cartoon that my daughter likes. I believe they had some like one-off Monster High animated stuff.
Yeah, I haven't watched that either, but I have seen it. It seems to be somewhat popular. The dolls
Mhm.
seem to be more popular than the show, I think. But
Yes, I will agree to that because I've only seen one
hmm.
Monster High cartoon,
Okay.
but my daughter, she just loves the dolls. So for her, I dressed up as Laguna Blue for for Halloween, and she went as Frankenstein. And then the boys went as Pacific Rim contingent, and
Well, of course. I mean,
they
yeah.
they did their kaiju Jaeger thing.
Jaeger.
Yeah. So we didn't do it wasn't a total themed Halloween this year. Last year it was, but
Well, it's difficult to combine Pacific Rim and Monster High. That's not two universes that
yes.
blend easily.
Well, it was interesting though because I received an email from a friend right after Halloween saying that he had seen the pictures that we had posted on Facebook, and
Hmm.
he's like, "Well, it's kind of a theme. You guys both come from like the water." And I'm like, "That's a stretch."
Yeah,
Nice try.
no, sorry, not buying that one.
No, 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 no.
Well,
Yeah.
if you can, there's a question that I ask in each of my interviews, and I think you've seen enough where you might be able to. But in all of My Little Pony, what would you say is the one line or one scene that defines you or speaks out to you the most?
Oh, can it be a character?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, because I was going to say, like, I have listened to your podcast
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah.
and I knew this was coming. And I was thinking, gosh, the one thing that sort of defines, I don't know, me, I guess, is that the thing that got me actually watching the show
Mm-hmm.
um, was not only did Mitch this to me, but my daughter said this to me. They're like, Mommy, you're an awful lot like Pinkie Pie. And I'm like, I think I better check this out. And I can't say that they're wrong.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
I maybe dial it down on the excitement scale a little bit, or at least I'm trying to for this. I'd like to give the impression that I'm pretty mellow. But no, I have to admit, I am an awful lot like Pinkie Pie. I get very excited.
Well, beyond that, beyond just being
Yeah.
excited, the idea of when Pinky believes that nobody is her friend anymore, she gets depressed really fast.
That is me.
Uh-huh.
That is me. That
Mhm.
is me to a T. It's like if I feel like I've lost a friend, oh God, it's devastating to me. That, and I like to have everybody come together, and I like everybody to be friends with each other, and I get very excited about that. I want to introduce people to other people, and
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of Pinkie Pie in me,
Okay.
definitely.
Yay. I wonder if you were the inspiration when he was writing Pinkie Pie.
I don't know. I don't know, but it's like if it comes from Mitch and my daughter, there's something to be said for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, if something comes from one source, it might just be a fluke, but yeah, you get multiple and there's
Yeah.
something there.
Yeah.
All right, Pinky. Yay. Well, so if someone is interested, I know you are on Twitter and I assume Tumblr you just mentioned.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm on Tumblr, although there's not much there.
Okay.
Um, it's under Knit Hits the Fan, which is
Right.
my blog, knithitsthefan.com.
Which
I have a
honestly people
Tumblr
should
for Knit
follow.
Hits the
Yep.
Fan.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, we do sort of a PG-13 related video on there. It's a lot of language,
Ye-
but but we talk a lot about knitting and just I don't know. Sometimes we're funny,
mhm,
and
mhm, mhm.
sometimes if people want to learn something, I don't know that they're going to learn much from me, but
I
they get
had
to see all the stuff I'm
no
making.
idea about knitting whatsoever, and now I know a little bit about knitting. So, yeah,
Oh, well, that's good. That's good then. I try to
I would
educate
never
people.
consider myself to be, an expert in any manner, but yeah, a little bit.
It's baby steps.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm on Tumblr under Knit Hits the Fan,
Okay.
and I do blog updates there. I like to post a lot of pictures, and Twitter Jedi Mom 13.
Yep.
Okay,
So, what was the inspiration for that name?
for Knit Hits the Fan.
No, 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 for Jedi Mom.
Oh, oh, for Jedi Mom. Oh, I've been a Star Wars fan since I can remember.
Okay.
I used to be so jealous of my brother and all of his cool Star Wars toys, which were far better than any of the toys I had as a kid,
Okay.
except for the My Little Pony toys.
Right.
um,
Right.
and I'm a mom of boy girl twins,
Okay.
and they were actually born around the time, was it episode 3 came out,
Oh,
2005?
you
Which
must be
you
commended
know,
for
I
not naming them Luke and Leia then.
oh, if I had a nickel for every time someone asked if that's what I was going to name them, I would be rich.
A little cliche, but I can see the temptation would be there.
Oh yes, oh yes. But no, I we did not name them Luke and Leia.
Whew. Okay, good.
But they are also little Star Wars fans and fans of
Yay.
the Clone Wars, and yeah.
Good. Oh, well, everybody, today we have been speaking with Stacy Renfroe. Be sure to look for something we can't talk about yet on Cartoon Network next October-ish. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
follow her Knit Hits the Fan and follow her on Twitter and Tumblr. Thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Everyone, this has been OsakaJack with Into the Spotlight on Everfree Network. We'll catch you next time.